Because I'm still trying to figure this out. I'm still curious because I never listened to his songs. I never listened to his music. I don't know if this is from publicity. I don't know if he's about to drop an album soon. That's what I would do. He got the world watching him right now. He might as well pop it. You think about it? I feel for the mic, man. The mic definitely gonna get better. I just gotta get close as hell to the mic. I don't know why. I don't want to get close as shit, but I gotta get close as shit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure out how to turn this up, and I got the fan on in the back, so that's kind of picking up too. But I'll figure that out later. What's me, man? What's me? You know? Anyways.
Dates keep pouring in about the David story, spelled D4vd, and so far we've learned that Celeste Rivas, a teenage girl, was found in the front trunk of an impounded Tesla registered to him.
That's crazy. That was in the front, though, not in the back.
In 48 hours, LAPD searched the Hollywood Hills home David was staying at and seized multiple devices. And now the internet's been asking a lot of questions, but the biggest one is, why hasn't David been arrested yet? And why is this process taking so long? I'm locked into finding out the truth about this case, and I'll be keeping you updated every.
But then at the same time, you think even if he did do this, bro, he did this, what, a year ago? Or maybe, you know what I mean? Like, there's probably so much. Damn, he probably put that. You know how much pain he put that family in, bro? And they probably like, what? A year later, they going, huh? And now they probably, what, bro? I couldn't even fathom like losing my brother or losing like my kid. Like I couldn't even fathom that, bro. That's a different shit. Like they going missing and you never see them again. And a year later you come up, damn, they dead in somebody's trunk. What? That's crazy, bro. My 15-year-old, what? She would have been 16. Like that shit really crazy, bro. That shit crazy.
Step of the way. So let's break this one down together. By now, you've probably seen the headlines. Celeste Rivas.
I couldn't even, bro. I'm trying to get this thought past. Let's just pass the thought. Like I just couldn't. I couldn't fathom it. I couldn't fathom it.
A teenage girl was identified after her remains were found in the front trunk of a Tesla registered to popular singer David. The car had been towed to a Hollywood impound, and that's when staff noticed a foul odor, opened the front trunk, and made the discovery. Since then, detectives executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where he'd been staying at and seized electronics. Popular brands who partnered with David, like Hollister, for campaigns, pulled back, and his world tour was also put on pause. And famous celebrities like Canadian singer Tate McRae distanced herself, along with singer Kali Uchis. So let's get into it. Why hasn't David been arrested yet? And what's actually happening behind the scenes?
No, that's crazy.
Let me walk you through this step by step. Here's what we know.
Tate McRae's hot too. I did be listening to. I didn't know they was locked in like that. I think Tate McRae's like our age, 21, 20 and shit. That's crazy, bro. I feel like he did it, bro. I'm not too crazy on this, but I'm still gonna let y'all know my prediction before they should be watching shit, cause nigga, he did this shit.
So far, according to the authorities, the Tesla was registered to David Burke, which is David's real name. The body inside was severely decomposed, to the point where it's been difficult for the medical examiners to determine exactly what happened or how she died.
What I'm saying. That had to be in the trunk for forever. You know what I mean? And it was smart. He definitely did it, but decompose. That had to be in there for months. She called missing, but 9 months, 10 months, 11 months, just in that front. Dead as shit, decomposing, and he's just taking her on the fucking on tours and shit with their Teslas, taking them on tours and taking around the world and shit. That shit crazy, bro. Damn.
Also stated that the body had been in that Tesla for an extended period of time, though they did not specify exactly how long. In connection with this, we also know that the Tesla was towed to Hollywood Tow after it was reported abandoned. According to NBC Los Angeles, neighbors said the car had been parked there for more than a month before it was finally taken away. That explains why the smell was so overwhelming. When a body decomposes in a closed space like a car, gases build up and the odor is impossible to ignore. Believe it or not, that's actually one of the most common ways police discover remains in cases like this.
I didn't know that. It's that bad? Like, it's that bad? Like, the smell of the is that bad? It probably is that bad, because all that shit, like all the stuff we got in us, and it's just done, it's just sitting there. You know what I mean? That's crazy, bro. I didn't know it was that bad. In a car, I mean, that makes sense, but in a parking, I don't know. Like, unless I'm in the crib or in the house, that makes sense. I'm in the house or in the closet, but in a car, in a parking lot, outside. You know what I mean? It's just
Also know that Celeste Rivas was 14 at the time of her death. She would have turned 15 on September 7, 2025, but her body was found September 8. That means that it was confirmed she died at 14, not 15. And just
damn, she died at 14. That's crazy, bro. I can't. That shit. Damn, bro.
to clear something up, like early on, the medical examiner's office listed her as 15, and that's what I was going off of in my initial coverage. In reality, that detail was off, so my apologies for repeating it before the correction came out. And shout out to everyone who caught that and corrected me. We keep each other accountable on here, and that's how it should be. Now, the medical examiner office also confirmed how she was found. Celeste was wearing a tube top and small black leggings. She was described as having wavy black hair with a metal stud earring and a yellow metal chain bracelet. Something else I want to share with you is this. Even though the cause of death hasn't been released or determined yet because of the condition of the remains, one outlet, the Los Angeles Times, has reported that the authorities are treating it as a homicide. Now, to be clear, investigators still don't know who's responsible, but that's exactly what they're looking to uncover right now, and those answers will come out as the case develops.
That's kind of why I guess but I just would think, like, they know he did it, you know what I mean? I mean, it's his body, it's his car, yada, yada, yada. They got to see how long he had the car or whatever, you know what I mean? I just think you got to be smarter than that, bro. Like, wow. Hey, I'm thinking, bro.
Now let's get to the...
Why, if you got a body in the car, and you know you left the car there for over a month, left the car there in a parking lot, I'm really thinking at first they was going on tour, driving with the car, but at some point he had to put it down in a parking lot, and you know your name, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Actual investigation of why David hasn't been arrested yet. Within hours of Celeste being identified, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division served a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. The home located at an upscale neighborhood on Doheny Drive, just north of Sunset Boulevard, Los Angeles. And David actually doesn't own the property, but sources say detectives went in and walked out with computers and electronics. This was the first major sign that the police are actively digging into his world. So right now, there's obviously a connection between David and Celeste. Her mother, of course, confirmed she had a boyfriend named David, and people have pointed out things like the matching tattoos, and there's, of course, a bunch of photos of them together online that have surfaced, along with a live stream clip.
But it was on live stream together.
Here's the reality.
What?
Of them together online that have surfaced, along with a live stream clip.
Oh, yes. Then you know what it is, bro. Like, I feel like, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? He killed her. That's that. It's that simple. They was on a live stream. They got tests. They was locked in. Out of nowhere. Come on, man. Like, he ain't do this shit. He did that shit. They probably got in a bad fight. He probably ended up doing some nut shit. He probably was drunk, high, whatever. He probably slit her. Bah! He said, oh. She probably was dying on the ground. And after that, he probably couldn't do shit. And he probably just really killed her and shit. I don't know, bro.
Here's the reality. Investigators are still trying to figure out just how deep that connection goes, and that's the part we don't know yet. On one hand, the Tesla was in fact registered to David, and her body was discovered inside. On the other hand, police sources have said it's one of several vehicles linked to David, and that multiple people had access to those cars at different times. If you don't understand what that means, basically most celebrities don't just, drive their own cars every single day. Their vehicles might be used by friends, family, staff, managers, drivers, or borrowed for errands. So just because the car, the Tesla, was in David's name doesn't automatically prove that he was the one behind the wheel or the one who put Celeste there. And that's where caution comes in, because detectives can't just rely on paperwork. They need hard proof. It's not enough to point to the registration. They need forensic evidence.
I mean, at the same time, what if he didn't do it though? Like, that would be crazy. You know what I mean? Like, imagine he really didn't do it. Like Tate McRae done distant herself, whole bunch of stuff going on, bro. Like, I still think he did it. I feel like everybody knows that, but like, imagine he did it. You know what I mean? That shit would be crazy. I don't even think, like, could you come back from that? Like, his name has to be super clear. Like, he like CNN, ABC, he did not do this. Like, the whole world know he ain't do it. He's innocent. But other than that, bro, it's probably rats for cuz. I think he canceled his tour and all that.
And a clear timeline that ties a specific person to that trunk. Without that, an arrest could fall apart in court. And that leads us to where the case stands right now. At the stage, police are retracing Celeste's final days and digging through the devices they seized, because whatever is on those electronics could lay the foundation for where to look next. They're also patiently waiting on forensics to close the gaps, and that's what explains the silence. In order to build a case that holds up in court, every single detail has to line up. So what exactly are investigators zeroing in on? Two critical questions. Number one, the timeline of events. They need to figure out exactly when Celeste died. As of now, they only know it was an extended period of time before discovery, but the precise time of death has not been pinned down yet. Number two, they're trying to establish when her body was placed in the trunk and by whom. That detail alone could make or break the case. And this is what complicates everything. Detectives don't know yet when the exact moment Celeste died was, or the exact moment her body ended up in that Tesla. Until those blanks are filled in, no arrest can stick. So social media has been reacting to the fact that David hasn't been arrested yet, and yeah, there's been a lot of outrage. Some people are even saying that there must be some type of favoritism going on, like is he paying somebody off, to still be out on the streets? But that's not really what's happening. According to the law, he is innocent until proven guilty, okay? And as of right now, we do know that he's been cooperating with the police. Now, that doesn't automatically clear him, because even guilty people can cooperate, but it does help his case if it turns out he wasn't involved in what happened to Celeste. Here's the bigger picture. Everything right now comes down to the medical examiner. Once the medical examiner...
What do you think, man? I don't know. I'm still kind of, on the fence about he did it. Okay, he's cooperating with the police, but again, nigga's not stupid. What, bro? So, was he gonna run? What? He's gonna run? He's going all this extra dumb shit? Come on, bro. He gonna play that role. He got bread. He got things going on. He gonna play that role. He's gonna play that role. Even if he didn't do it, he was gonna play that role. If he did do it, he was gonna play that role. He's playing it. It don't matter. Post up. It's done. He knows it. It's over with.
Officially rules this as a homicide and determines how Celeste died, then law enforcement can move forward with charges against whoever is responsible. Until then, it's very difficult for police to move on anyone because the case wouldn't hold up in court. And David is of course connected to all this.
I'm looking out my window. It's September 23rd. It's 7:20, and it's dark outside. Shit crazy, bro. Summer came by quick as hell, bro. Oh my God, let's just take a moment. Moment of silence, bro. I'm like, damn, I'm looking out my window. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking it's 8:30. It's 7:30. It's done, man. Fall. I think this is actually the first day of fall. You know what I mean? We gonna keep going, man.
Some way, because Celeste was found in a Tesla registered to him. That's the fact tying him into the investigation, but how deep that connection really goes is exactly what detectives are still working to figure out. And that's why this case feels like it's been moving slower than everyone expects. Since we're in the thick of it and everybody knows about it, everything has to be airtight here. But while the medical examiner's office does its work, the LAPD is currently going through the electronics they seized, so iPhones and MacBooks, because the digital trace can establish a timeline, location, communications.
I would think the iPhone data and all that, they probably got all that. Like what's today? Tuesday. Today is Tuesday the 23rd. I feel like by Friday they should have this shit damn near done. Friday, Saturday. By the end of this week, they should have most of what they need to make a decision on who did it, who didn't, who's going to jail for life. You know what I mean? Like I feel like at that point, we should already know. By the end of this week, we should have a bulk of information that we can go off of, bro. Not just scattered around this, that, and third. Like, it's done. It's over with.
And access. And that's the stuff that either confirms or kills a theory. So as of now, all we have to do is just watch how the investigation unfolds. I trust that law enforcement is they're gonna do their thing, right? The medical examiner's ruling, the forensic evidence from those devices, and the timeline detectives are piecing together right now. Those are the keys that'll decide whether David walks free or whether this turns into the biggest case of his entire life. And until those pieces lock into place, he's legally still an innocent man, of course. But none of this stuff changes the heartbreaking fact a 14-year-old girl lost her life and her body was left in the trunk of a car.
That's crazy.
I'm deeply invested in finding out what happened to Celeste.
That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some like he needs the belt for that one, bro.
And I'm sure you are. But more importantly, who carried out this evil act against this little girl. Whoever that person is, they deserve to be held accountable to the fullest extent of the law. So let's make sure we keep our focus in the right place on getting justice for Celeste and not letting the noise distract us from that. If you made it to the end, drop a like.
I just think, bro,
like I
don't,
promised,
David, don't switch up the story, man. Cause he knew this shit was coming out. He probably sat in his room. Damn, what story am I gonna make up? Fuck, I gotta stick to the story this whole time, and I never in life could change this lie. You know what I mean? When she died, you know what I mean? Oh, I probably was like, oh, mad as shit, this, that. Come on, bro. You know what I mean? I just hope he sticks with it. But like I said, at the end of the day, I think by the end of this week, we're gonna have mark my words. By the end of this week, we should have a lot more information, and we should be pointing the finger at somebody directly and saying, "You, cuzzo, it was you, bro. Come over here." And that's it. That's how I feel. I'm gonna see y'all, man. Subscribe.